The Beagle pressed her nose against the baby's ankle every morning. For 4 days, she thought the dog was being affectionate. Celeste Moroa-Deyemi was a pediatric occupational therapist. She worked with children on sensory processing and fine motor development. She had a clinical eye for small details that other people missed. She missed this one. Their dog was a 4-year-old beagle named Sundu, 18 pounds, gentle, nose first in everything as beagles are. She had been excellent with their daughter Poppy from the start. She had inspected the baby daily in a systematic way that Celeste had found endearing. Poppy was 16 weeks old. On a Monday morning, Sundu pressed her nose against Poppy's left ankle and held it there. Celeste moved her. Sundu returned to the ankle. Celeste let her. Tuesday morning, the same ankle. Wednesday morning, the same spot. Pressed for longer. On Wednesday afternoon, Celeste noticed that Poppy was slightly fussier than usual. She attributed it to the 4-month sleep regression, which she knew was beginning early. Poppy had no fever. She was eating. She was behaving normally by every visible measure. Thursday morning, Sundu pressed her nose against the ankle and then sat back and looked at Celeste. Celeste sat down on the nursery floor. She looked at Poppy's ankle. She turned on the flashlight on her phone. She moved the baby's sock down. There was a small scratch on the outer ankle. 2 centimeters. Fine. She had seen it before and determined it was from the edge of the bouncer seat. There was a small pink corona around it that had not been there 2 days ago. She pressed gently. Poppy cried. She looked carefully at the skin above the scratch. In the specific angle of the phone flashlight, a faint pink line tracked upward from the wound toward the calf, barely visible, the width of a thread. She called the pediatric, ED. If you stay for stories about what animals notice before we do, you're in the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The ED attending was a man named Dr. Emilio Vasquez Hara. He looked at the ankle, looked at the line, and started antibiotics within 20 minutes. This is early lymphangitis from a staph wound infection. The red line is the lymph vessel involved. It tells us the infection is moving toward the lymph nodes. In a baby this age, this trajectory, sepsis, can develop in under 6 hours. You brought her in at the right time. My dog had been pressing her nose against that spot for 4 days. Dogs detect tissue temperature changes and infection metabolites at trace levels long before any visible skin changes. She was telling you every morning. Today she looked at you while she was telling you. Poppy was on a 48-hour IV antibiotic course. The line cleared. The wound healed. She came home on a Saturday, normal and well. Has your animal ever done something you couldn't explain? Until it was the only thing that made sense. Tell us in the comments. These stories deserve to be heard. Celeste sat with Sundu that evening and gave her pieces of cheese one at a time, which was the language they understood with each other. She thought about the 4 mornings. Not affection, surveillance, the temperature gradient of an infected wound at a level only a beagle nose could read. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who checked the same ankle with the same nose 4 days in a row while you thought they were being sweet. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Sundu still inspects Poppy's ankles every morning. Celeste lets her. She has decided it is the best daily health check she owns. Tomorrow there's another one, about a tabby who sat on a grandmother's feet for 3 days before the fall.